the case for free markets instead of black markets are foremost in a economist's mind, and so.
But now you start talking about black markets, and if it wasn't for the black market for cannabis, we wouldn't have access to cannabis in the state of Alabama.
Well, you got to look at what causes black markets. Okay,
Regulation and control.
Well, I mean, let's go back to the basics for a minute. What is government supposed to be about? And the best brief explanation, I have it on the card. It's Section 35, believe it or not, of the Alabama State Constitution, and it reads that the sole object and only legitimate end of government is to protect the citizens in the enjoyment of life, liberty, and property. And when the government assumes other functions, it is usurpation and oppression. That's I say that is going to inform all the decisions I make as it relates to the people of Alabama. Marty, on the issue of cannabis or any others for that matter, I want to live in a peaceful, I want to live in a safe, and I want to live in a prosperous world. Okay. The notion of any federal drug laws, they are clearly unconstitutional. And the best evidence of that is when we wanted to ban alcohol, when we created a black market in alcohol. Well, no, it passed the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. So, they recognized back then when they paid some attention to the Constitution that the federal government had no authority to do that. And so they passed the constitutional amendment. And it was a good thing in a sense because we should have learned the object lesson of the 18th Amendment, which was that we created a dangerous society. We had people fighting the streets over alcohol. We had the murder rate went up. Criminal activity went up dramatically, and people caught on and said, whoa, we made a mistake here. So what did they do? They passed the 21st Amendment to get rid of prohibition. And so if you want to live in a safe world, then you don't want black markets because black markets, people have to fight it out by mechanisms other than through the court system and that kind of stuff. As far as a peaceful world, when one group of people, and there are a lot of people out there who say they're a small government and they believe in the Constitution and this, that, and the other. Of course, they also frequently support federal gun laws, which are clearly unconstitutional. If you want to live in a peaceful world, you can't take the position, freedom for me, but not for thee. And that's the position they're taking. If you're going to be consistent and call yourself for individual rights and the sovereignty of the individual, then you have to recognize that you have to let people make their own mistakes and make their own decisions about their life. So peaceful world is about letting other people live their lives as you live yours.